Good evening, mate. And, I was still saying Happy New Year.
Did we say Happy New Year last episode?
Well, yeah, because it was a New Year special.
Go on, once more.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thanks,
All
mate.
the best.
Thank you. So, that brings something we didn't mention in the last podcast, which was the darts.
Yes. 180. It's getting ridiculous now. It's getting... darts players are becoming ridiculously good. What's this about an average of, like, they're averaging way over 100 points, aren't they now, and stuff like that? It's crazy.
I think the highest average was 110 or 112 or something.
So I have never, ever, ever done a 180 in darts.
Have you not?
Ever. And I'm not too bad at darts. If I get into it, I become all right at darts, but I've never hit a 180.
You've beat me a couple of times, but only because we had friggin' absolute snots for darts when we played in the pubs then a couple of times, so I don't count it.
That's a double handicap, then, isn't it? It's a handicap each way.
No, it's not. I don't count it.
We need to sit down or stand up and have a proper game of darts, actually.
I'd sit down and have a game of darts.
That would be, as if darts isn't the laziest sport ever. Imagine sitting down and doing it.
There is wheelchair. Oh, no, that's different. That can't mention
That's
that
not sitting down, mate. Oh, is the board lower?
No. But,
same height?
Yeah, but the only... I might be misremembering this because I've only seen it once. I think the referee guy has to get the darts out of the board and hand them back.
Okay.
Because if you're hitting a double top, you're not... So I wonder how do you practice?
So actually, should it matter? If it's the same height, then disabled players should be allowed just into the
I think they're a bit
World
closer.
Cup.
The World Cup.
Yeah, isn't the World Cup of darts?
I might have misremembered it. I remember seeing it on the TV recently, and you know when you misremember things.
This could be a terrible misremembering. It's a sensitive topic. I don't see though if it's exactly the same setup. There's no reason why they shouldn't all be playing together. There shouldn't be a. It's not a handicap potentially, is it?
Well, I think it'll be a lot harder sitting down.
No, if you're used to it, surely. Who knows? Happy New Year.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Luke Littler.
Well done to Luke Littler. Luke Littler.
Who?
Luke Littler.
Little Tiddler.
Well done to my little Tiddler.
Did you see his face when he got the cheque?
Did you see, though? I was reading this in the paper. You know how he was in the final last year?
Yeah.
And he won this year? He's had to pay 500 grand in tax this year. Because of it. So basically that cheque just all went to HMRC.
Someone might need to give him some accountancy.
Yeah, poor lad.
So we got a new beer, so it's one of the ones that I really like here. So this week's beer is Verdant, or Verdant, as some people may say.
Verdant.
Verdant. But they did actually do a beer called Verdant or Verdant because there's so much controversy about the name. Not controversy, confusion. And they've never ever committed to watch which one it is. So Verdant, and this is called, I don't actually know what this is called. I don't know if it's called Urs or URS or Urs or what. Years.
Up yours.
As in years, do you think that is?
Years. I don't know.
Oh, no. I can see on the side it's 10 years. 10 years it is.
10.
It's a celebration.
See, it's all in the font.
10 years. And this one's brewed in collaboration with Uchu Brewing, who are a Japanese brewer.
Have I had a Japanese before?
I'm not sure if we have or not. But the interesting thing about this is it's a IPA, and everyone goes, IPA. I've all had an IPA before. However, this one's made with yuzu.
I don't even know what that is.
So I'm going to be absolutely honest with you. I looked it up because I didn't know what it was either.
Is it a fruit?
Yuzu is a Japanese fruit, yeah. So I've got here some blurb on yuzu.
Oh,
it's a citrus fruit and plant that is commonly used in Asian cuisine. It's a cross between a lemon and an orange and is also known as a Japanese citron.
Well, I'm going to call that a orange.
Yuzu is known for its sweet tart flavour. I like a sweet tart. Right, mate, you've got to can out us here because this is.
Well, the font's distracting because we don't know what it said. I don't like that. It's just a horrible pattern.
I think that can's really nice. I quite like that.
It looks like shit wallpaper.
It looks like 70s wallpaper, doesn't it? Yeah, but I quite like it. It smells great.
What glass have you got?
What do you think?
Is it one with the handle? Big can, big glass?
Handle. Christmas glass.
Perfect.
Why? What have you got?
Well, wait. I'll pour it.
The suspense, man. Is it a double wall?
Yeah, it's actually a coffee cup.
I thought so.
But I remembered you had that last week, so...
Yeah, I mean...
I'll have to do it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, shit.
Spill. It freshens you up a bit, doesn't it? Yuzu. Speaking of Japanese, I know, well, Asian. Oh, shit, I've been inadvertently racist, I'm sorry.
God.
Speaking of Asians, have you been watching the Squid Games?
Fucking hell. But don't say Squid Games like it's the Olympics. It's a TV show. Have you been watching the Squid Games? It's called Squid Game.
It's called Squid Games.
Is it?
Yes.
You're making it sound like it's some kind of like...
I'm just going to look this up very quickly. Yeah, it's called Squid Game. It's not plural.
I started watching the first series and I couldn't get away with it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. Why do I keep tipping? It's
because you use a coffee cup. How wet is your crotch?
Right. I can't talk when I'm... Just you talk and I'll have a concentrate on my drink.
So I did the Squid Game. I've watched both series. I thought the first series was quite good. It sort of gripped you in quite a lot. But then the second one hasn't been as good. And they've done that wanker thing where they've cut it off halfway through a scene to bring it back in a new series.
Oh, God, I hate that.
Yeah. So I haven't seen that for a long time. I can't, but that's not nice. That was like when the most famous one to do that was Back to the Future, wasn't it? When he went off in the car and then it said, "We will return," or something like that.
It's a to be continued.
To be continued, sorry.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's the only one I can think of. But yeah, so I didn't like that. So I've invested 8 episodes and now I can't.
Have you watched them all?
We watch them all, yeah. Like to the point where I thought, it must be going week to week now, but it's not. It's like coming in series 3.
It's quite violent, isn't it?
It's really dark. It's much darker than you think.
Do you need to watch the first one to know the second one?
Yeah, it's better.
Is it?
Yeah, it's worth it though. The first one. First one was pretty good.
I need something to watch.
So one of the big things with me is I'm really weird, and this is me autism coming out. So
I concur.
I watch the telly all the time with subtitles on. So like, I always have subtitles on, and I don't know if that's because my hearing's a little bit shit or not.
Have you got a soundbar?
Yeah,
because a lot of new TVs now are shit unless you get a soundbar. So I think a lot of people who don't have soundbars actually put subtitles on because they can't hear properly.
I don't use the soundbar though.
What's the point in having it?
I know. I turn it off. I don't really like it very much.
Don't like it.
So I always thought I was in the minority with that because I always have so day-to-day TV subtitles on. So then you go to like Squid Game, which is
Korean.
Asian, I was going to say again there to stay safe. And you've got you don't have subtitles on it because it's dubbed.
Yeah.
Now, I also hate that. I hate it when the words don't match people's
It's dubbed.
mouths. It's dubbed, but it's actually dubbed really well. You get
I didn't
used
know
to it
that.
really quickly.
See, I'd rather just have the subtitles and them speaking in Korean.
Well, this is where I go even stupid. So I like subtitles on English stuff that I understand, but I hate watching subtitle programs when it's foreign. And I think the reason is because I don't pay enough attention to the telly. So like halfway through, I can like something can be in the background. It's sort of going into your head, isn't it? Whereas if it's subtitled, you've got to really concentrate on it.
Are you like sitting reading the subtitles like you're watching a book?
When on a like normal telly,
Yeah.
yeah, I suppose so. I'm a freak. I'm an absolute freak.
You're supposed to kind of just like almost, what's the word, subconsciously read the subtitles.
Yeah, well, you do. Yeah, you do. But like, if it was like a foreign film, you'd have to read them, wouldn't you?
Unless you can speak Korean.
Exactly, and I can't.
I really like foreign films, and I always have obviously I need the subtitles on. It doesn't bother me. I think you get used to it if you watch a lot of foreign films.
I think the jury's out on the time invested in foreign films. I've got another. It sounds like I've just watched a lot of television recently, and I have actually. So the other one that I've got was the SAS Heroes. That was quite good as well.
I hate shit like that, mate.
What? Like what?
SAS Heroes.
No, it was done by the same director as something quite famous and good, but I can't remember what. Peaky Blinders. And
is it that kid from Skins?
Yeah. Who I think is pretty good, but he does speak in a terrible Northern Irish accent. You know, if someone was putting on a Northern Irish accent for a long period of time, it sounds like that. So he talks like that all the time.
Get to the crafters.
And he just shouts at the end of every sentence like that.
So it is.
Yeah. He may as well be doing
this. Might be actually racist.
He may as well be doing a Jim McDonald impression. So
it is.
Like doing a shit acting job of someone who was a shit actor. It was sort of like that.
Mate, I tell you what I watched the other day, right? So I've been off this week and I've been watching a lot of daytime TV. Well, it's been on in the background. Jesus, there was a programme on the other day, right? And I'll tell you what it was called, and then you tell me what it's about. Lost and Found in the Lakes.
Right, hang on, I need to dig into this a little bit more. Who was presenting?
Do you know this programme?
No, never heard of it, no.
Helen Skelton?
Oh, the Cumbrian lass.
She used to be on Blue Peter years ago.
So, do you
found
legitimately want us to guess this?
Yeah.
So I'd like to think it was just a series of lost property in the lakes that they found and they're trying to reunite with their owners. But I'm
correct.
No!
The other element of it is though, right? So they do find stuff, which I'm suspicious about. And then the other thing is, someone lost a drone. They were getting married and they had a drone shot.
Right.
And the drone lost signal. Boop, Lake Windermere, right? 25 metres under. So they sent a diving team down for it so they could retrieve it to try and get the photo of that aerial shot that the drone got just before it went in.
I mean, in fairness, that fulfills the first part of the brief, which is lost. But it definitely doesn't fulfill the second part, which is found, because they didn't just find that. They fucking did a search for it.
But so they got 3 professional divers to go down 25 metres, which is Ben's territory, by the way, if you don't come back up slowly, to find a fucking drone for a wedding shot. I was going crazy. What a waste of time and money.
And did they find it?
No, well, believe it or not, I didn't watch the entire programme. I was gripped.
I honestly thought it was... I can't believe that is actually the premise of them. I think there's time for us yet, mate, to get our own show. I think... And we could literally just maybe call it Fat Blokes Drinking Beer.
I think that's what happens with the BBC. It's almost Alan Partridge,
It's
monkey tennis.
yeah. So maybe there's time for us. Yeah, maybe we need to start our submission to the. Mind you, I'm not so sure how long would last in the woke BBC.
Oh, it would be heavily produced, I think.
Heavily, yeah.
And yeah,
Mind you, I was going to say how the Hairy Bikers done it, but they were quite clean and
they
wholesome.
were very
weren't they?
clean, family fun. Yeah, we'd be Channel 4, I think.
Channel 5. Not many viewers. No
The
one
only way I'm
watched,
getting
no
on
one watched
Channel
the
5.
app.
The only way I'm getting on Channel 5 is I get any fatter and I have to get airlifted to the hospital. You know those documentaries.
200 stone man.
Too fat to laugh or whatever they call the programmes.
Too fat to drink beer. Anyway, speaking of fatness, I was going to say we made a pledge. I don't think we made a pledge last episode.
It was definitely a half-assed promise.
So that promise was that we were going to do something, maybe lose a bit of weight, try and freshen up our acts a little bit, going into
Try us hardest.
deep middle age territory. So, yeah. So
I think
have
we
you
said
done
we're going
anything?
to... So yeah, as you know, I haven't had the best start to 2025. However, what I have done is kind of by accident done fasting. So I haven't been eating till like 2:00. And you'll be proud of this. I've been walking every day, and I started 5 days ago a weights program.
Oh, tell me more.
So this is every day. Well, it is every day, but you get rest days. So it's a 30-minute video that you follow along with dumbbells in the house. Now, what are you smiling for?
Because this smacks of either 80s calisthenics or Joe Wicks in lockdown.
This kid who does it is an absolute madness.
Who is
He's
it?
like, I can't remember his name.
It's not like
But
a
he's-
celebrity. I was going to say
No,
celebrity
he's-
sex video there.
He's only about, maybe he's even in his 20s, really young, and he's like ripped. But he does. I mean, it is weights. It's like bicep curls and stuff. But then every now and then he goes on the floor, and I'm like, oh god, because he's doing like planks and half planks and
And are you doing
Russian
it?
twists. Now, there's a couple I couldn't do. I couldn't do the side planks.
Have you done any inadvertent trumping?
No. I keep holding my breath though. I nearly died once because I was doing toe taps and I was like,
Well, I don't even know what a toe tap is other than dancing.
and then I was doing the other day I was doing skull crusher. So you lie on the floor and you get the dumbbells and do that. Give it one of them. And the dog jumped on my chest.
Did you crush your skull?
Really. So I've started okay. I mean, it could be better, but I think I've started okay.
Oh.
But I haven't recorded anything weight-wise yet, so I don't know if I've lost weight.
And you haven't done. I mean, this was prime territory for some Instagram posts.
Oh yeah, I should have done. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that next time.
Absolute prime for it. That would have been. So I've been good. I've been better. I'm following a low carb diet again. So I had some success with that first time round. Yeah, I know the beer doesn't help with that, but So I've done only like a week of it, but back in slowly but surely.
Yeah, it's a long process, and let's not talk about it too much because it's boring for everyone else. But I just want to ask you one more thing. What's your thoughts on meal prep?
I had this discussion with my wife just yesterday.
So you stand in the kitchen on a Sunday for 7 hours making your meals for the next week.
So I'm really into planning. I like planning everything. I like lists. I like know what's happening. I can follow things much better. My wife hates that. She hates any form of pre-planning whatsoever. That's what it feels like to me with my fragile mental state. And so I'd be all up for meal prep, definitely. But I would do it like I'm happy to have the same thing every meal for like 3 days.
Yeah, me too.
But my missus absolutely wouldn't do that. She'd absolutely detest that. So that's where it would go wrong. But I mean, I'm saying 3 days. I'd probably do it all week, to be honest,
Yeah, I would have chicken, rice, and some sauce every meal.
and then change it for the next week or something like that.
Mm.
But anyway, this is not a fitness. I
No,
mean, anyone who's viewing this, you'll be surprised to know that this is not a fitness podcast. This is. I'm not sure what it is anymore, if I'm perfectly honest.
well, the thing is though, mate, if we do lose weight and we do well, right, that is motivation for anyone on the planet, because if we can do it, anyone can do it.
Maybe we can have that in a montage snippet in a year's time. If we can do it, anyone can do it.
And maybe we should have a picture of ourselves.
I can do one of those photos like in Weight Watchers, when they hold their pants out like that.
Yeah, me now.
Yeah. Look, I can get 3 people in these trousers. I like that.
I'm not doing that because I'll still have little legs. I'll still look ridiculous.
We mentioned, actually, you need to put up on Instagram that photograph that you sent me of one of the last episodes that we were talking about, when we were talking about you being in Canada. You need to do.
I found some more this week.
Oh,
there's one, right, and I didn't recognise myself. And I'm not joking, I look like I should have been in a boy band. I'm a dreamboat. I need to put that up.
When so what we need to do is we need to get some shorts out of that episode, and you can finish them off with your photographs.
Yeah,
because it was a particularly stressful story, wasn't it? So I showed my missus that photograph, and I even said myself that one photo that you sent me, I said to my wife, I said, you were quite handsome, really, weren't you?
I was. Honestly, though, I picked this photo up, and it's a proper, 90s printed off a roll of film. And I was like, who's that? And it took us a while. I was like, shit, that's me. I've got the photo. I'll have to take a photo of the photo though, so it might not look great. But
so back to this fitness though. So shall we put our money where our mouth is or not, and be sensible with this before you do it? Right? We've got an option now to go public on what we discussed last year. So we haven't discussed this before this episode at all. I'm discussing it live with you now. We discussed the task last year, and it was like this time of year again, and we did literally 0 towards that task.
Yeah, there's a couple of reasons for that though.
0.
Because remember, I met up with you and I was giddy with the idea of it.
Yes.
I was really excited with this idea. We met in the pub and I was like, mate,
this is what
listen to what I've thought of. Well, let's say it out loud.
I'll let you explain.
So, inspired by the adventures of a YouTuber actually called Geo Wizard, who one of his videos a couple of years ago was he walked across the United Kingdom in a straight line. So, completely straight line through farmers' fields and all that kind of thing. And it looked so much fun. And he was by himself as well. And I thought, it would be really fun just walking with Martin from somewhere to somewhere. And then I came up with the idea of it. Our first pub, which is the Bird Inn in Concord now, used to be the Tut and Shive. Don't look for it, it's not there anymore. And would walk down to your pub, which is in Barnoldswick.
Yeah.
And I can't remember how far it is, but it would have took about 5 days.
I reckon 5 days was a push as well.
Yeah.
I reckon it was like
that's
7
probably
days.
8 hours walking a day.
And the rest. I'm sure there was some 20-kilometre days in there.
Now, after the giddiness of the idea and being all excited, when you start looking into it, there's so much to plan.
Yeah, it's really difficult to do.
And the other thing is, you've got to be relatively fit.
Yeah,
because
that's the major thing here. That's the major thing. So you maybe just don't want to get up and just do it because you're going to fail. You're going to be in tears on day 2.
You've got to have done the work to get to the position where you start off and go, right, we're going to do this.
Yes. So, I'm going to make my proposition now.
Okay.
I don't think this year is the right time to do it because I don't think we will be fit enough or healthy enough because this is the preloading. This is the pre-drinking to our night clubbing. So I want to propose that 2026. That sounds like a long way away, actually.
That's the future.
I want to propose that 2026 we set our stall out to do the Cumbrian Way.
What's that?
So the Cumbrian Way goes from Ulverston and it ends up in Carlisle.
Right, you're saying these places like I know where they are.
So Ulverston is sort of South Lakes and it ends up in Carlisle, which is near Newcastle. Or, well, what is it, an hour from Newcastle?
Yeah, and we can find things on the way.
And you go over some of the hills of the Lake District.
How far is it?
That doesn't matter at this stage. You just got to have a goal.
Okay.
You maybe don't want to be thinking how far as much as how high, but
yeah, that'll be the tester, won't it?
But no, I think it's fairly reasonable. I don't think it's. I have looked at it. I am joking with you a little bit. I have looked at it, and it came up, and I thought, this is it. This is what we're going to do. There are a few steep days, but some of it is like quite moderate as well. So that's right. 5 days.
As someone who's very interested in risk, what is the chances of dying? A percentage. If we're fit and healthy and we've prepared for it.
Well, you know what I'm like. I'm a planner. I'm a planner. So I reckon...
Will we need a backup crew?
I think my wife will have to drop us off and yours will have to pick us up. Oh, is that classed as a crew?
I guess. What's the chances of us twisting my ankle?
Oh, 65.
Will we need specialist equipment? I'm talking walking sticks. I'm talking socks, backpacks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You'll need some stout shoes. You'll need a tent, obviously.
A tent?
Wait, you've got a camp.
We'll camp out as well. That'll be fun.
Maybe not all the time, but maybe we can get the backup crew to bring the tent to us for those days. but anyway, so there you go. So I've said it out loud now, which means that it's out there for everyone to contemplate. So
yeah, well, and comments.
You inadvertently gave us the title for it, which was a right good yomp.
It is a yomp, isn't it?
Which I think sits down to the ground.
Yeah.
So there you go. So this is our time to get fit, and this is our time to boss it, so we can do that.
And actually, we'll probably record it or parts of it anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh wow! That's very positive and healthy for us, isn't it?
Positive, healthy outlook to the new year. What more do you want?
Yeah, what exactly?
So on that note, let's go back to this beer. I've actually drank mine. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to... you didn't drink that. You spilled half of it in your lap. Like a fucking baby drinking out of a cup.
I mean, this glass is like an optical illusion.
So, Verdant, 10 years. Collaboration with Uchu Brewing of Japan. IPA with yuzu. 6.5%. Is the lager on or the lager off?
The lager is off. That was delicious. Really enjoyed it.
Brilliant, wasn't it? First drink.
Really nice.
First drink I had, I thought, ooh, that's strong. And then as it kept going, it got better and better and better. Have you got any fluff in your glass, though? Have you got any detritus?
Is that what that is?
Mm.
It is a bit weird, isn't it?
It's a bit of sediment.
There was like a cloudy white thing in my drink. I was like...
So, I am now, as we speak, going to put this on Untapped. So if you want to follow us on Untapped, I am Beery Banter. No, I'm not. That's
it's just the logos off. Oh, Untapped.
Have you been glogging all these beers on Untapped?
Yeah.
You haven't, have you? You haven't. You've
I'm
done
a
it
little
once,
bit.
haven't you?
I'm a little bit behind. I think I haven't done any series 3
Have you
or
done any
half a 2.
series 2?
Half a 2. I've done
You
half
haven't
a
done.
2.
You haven't done it, have you? Since you've done one
I've done
episode,
ha-
haven't you?
No, I've done half of 2. I promise. And then I kept forgetting about it.
Okay. Well, Lager Untapped. I am Treacle80. If you're interested, Treacle, which is my Untapped. I'm going to put this on there now. We'll put it on the Untapped. The Lagers Off Untapped. I'm also at Beery Banter on Instagram. And then we are at the Lagers Off everywhere else. So please follow.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe, etc.
We're not doing very well with our subscribers. We have a lot of people that view us, but not many people that are subscribing. So please do us the honourable thing and press the button, as they say.
Yeah, it's free, isn't it? Costing you any money. Just
And
do it.
and we just want to make things like this that'll make you smile every now and again. It's an easy listen, half an hour. We love you.
Yeah.
Right, mate, on that note then, Verdant, 10 years, we're going to go for a Lagers Off,
Yep.
and I'm going to eat some kale. Bye-bye.
What?